Hello world. Hola mundo. When it comes to explain your business, your service or your product, that is not a joke. Have you ever heard about the brand storyline? Never happened to you that somebody comes to you and we're like, Rodolfo, what you do in life? And you were like, let me see, how many times you have? It's a long story. But move. That's a massive mistake. We never ever can do that. The point here is to explain what you do, your service, your profession, your product. Explain that in 3 simple lines. That's the point of this technique. Is the brand storyline. The brand storyline was adopted from the Hollywood American Screenplay. American Screenplay is a system used by the movie script writers from Hollywood, and the storyline is a powerful instrument of the American Screenplay. And basically, it's very useful for all the writers to sell their movie scripts. For all this time became so popular for that reason, because it's very pragmatic and efficient at the same time. The American screenplays became so popular in Hollywood and in the entire world because this man, Seinfeld. This guy made a revolution in Hollywood in the movie industry. What was the contribution here? This is the point. Suppose you are a script writer. Imagine in Hollywood, a producer, how many scripts you can receive in a day. Most of the time is 100. And basically what they do, they go straight to the storyline. You have to send the plot story, that is one page, and you have to send your storyline. And the storyline maximum is 6 lines. Producers in movie industry, they have a system that their role is to check storylines of every script. If this storyline, it doesn't get the attention, that script is just thrown away. Next. For all the movie script writers that were using the American Screenplay, was easy to sell their stories. Here's the point, what we are interested for. If we talk about the new branding, we're experimenting right now on these times. What happened? Basically, the branding world took chirurgically the most important values from this technique. So how we can apply the American Screenplay? As a brand technique is becoming every day more and more popular because it's so effective. Here we're talking about human being. It doesn't change that much in different industries because clarity is essential in everything. It's a matter of don't lose your time, make lose time other people. A kind of similar contribution Donald Miller is doing with the brand techniques to help people for the same reason, because when we're talking about the branding, it's nothing else just to help people. The goal here is to tell your storyline using less than 50 words. This technique is just a formula, very simple formula that is made of 3 parts. The first rule is about identify a problem. The second rule is about explain your solution to resolve that problem. And finally, the third rule is to tell a happy ending for the people you are trying to help with your product or service. Are another few notes that are very important to consider that are part when you are building your brand storyline. And one is, never use fancy words. Have to keep it simple. Clarity is fundamental here. Another note, a very important note about the technique is avoid poetry. It doesn't sound to be like a beautiful. It's not about beauty, it's about efficiency. The message has to arrive very clear. If you are something like building phrases that are like not getting the point, just forget it. Doing that, you can split the message and people get in that phrase and people can get confused just what's trying to say, because it's like a metaphor or something like that. People like maybe means this or that. No, it has to be very precise. Another important note is to keep your storyline as short and clear as possible. The people has to be able to read it faster on your business card. So you can apply this technique if you have a personal brand or a company brand, or both. Imagine, I'm talking here about brand and techniques and things. Imagine I'm not running a personal brand or a company brand. Makes no sense. How can I explain that or tell you and talk about technique if I'm not putting my arm on fire? I will tell you how I am applying this specific technique in my personal brand and my company brand. One is a brand of service to help people to communicate better using videos and use brand techniques that are always in evolution. Let's go straight to the example. Okay, let's start for the first one, my service brand. We will remember the 3 rules. When somebody asks me, okay, Rodolfo, what's that thing you are doing with the video? What is that for? And here we are identifying the problem. The first rule: when it comes to video communication, most people struggle trying to spread their message with clarity. And after, what is my plan to resolve that problem? The second rule: I create content about video communication and brand strategies that help them optimize their message. And the third and last rule: so they can grow their personal or company brand and business. How about a storyline example for a company brand? Okay, let's use my vegan company brand, MAYAM. I think most of you know I'm a vegan guy and a happy vegan, I have to say. This is a problem that I identify because it's my thing. I live with that every day. It's a choice about food, it's a choice about the things I wear. As an entrepreneur, I'm very very vegan oriented because it's something that it's a problem that I feel is my problem, so it's something I would like to resolve. Now working with MAYAM, with this brand, and my purpose is that, to resolve this problem. Here we go with the MAYAM storyline brand. Most people are concerned about wearing shoes made from animals, and this is the problem. And now we go, what's our plan to resolve the problem? So we have created our collection with beautiful synthetic materials that are cruelty free. And finally, the happy ending. We help animal lovers to feel confident about the products they wear and proud to protect all lives. Now you have your storyline brand, you have to put it everywhere. And when the people ask you, oh, what are you doing? What is that thing you are doing now? What is that service? What is that company you are starting? Automatically, you go. As it's in a script, you go straight, you go. And you will put your storyline in your business card, in your website. Has to be the first thing that you can read on your website. For example, you can see here, mayam.online, and you can see here, when you scroll a bit, it's the first thing you can see there. It's absolutely the first thing you can see. It's even it's in English, after in Spanish. So that's the first thing. You have to put it there. You have to put it in your business card. You can do stickers with that. You could put it in Instagram. You can put it everywhere. In a t-shirt. You can everywhere. Exactly, because this is what you do. Even using this technique, using your storyline properly, it's gonna take time that people to do the blueprinting on the minds of the people, that they can understand what exactly you do. Using this technique, you are using less than 50 words. You are putting that everywhere. People will need time to get the point, what exactly you're doing. What's the purpose of your vision? Very clear. Even using this, imagine if you don't use it to spread your message with clarity. So that's why you have an advantage if you do it. Guys, when I said I put my arm on this, I was saying my arm, just my arm.